Hey everyone, hope you're doing terrific. Listen, we're all just getting back from the convention, as I know you already know, and it was unbelievable. My head is completely full of information, still digesting so much of it, but my heart is even more full. And I just wanted to hop on here to let you know that this entire team was thought of. I know so many of you had really tried to be at convention this year, and for lots of different reasons, this just wasn't the time. This wasn't the year that you were going to be able to make it happen. However, my greatest desire, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, guys, my greatest desire is to see all of you there next year. This is something that is it's so challenging to come back from convention and capture or relay the feelings that are associated with the learnings. Like, you're going to see the facts and you're going to know all the things that we learned while we were there, but it doesn't do justice to the feeling that you get being part of this. So what I would love more than anything is to see as many of you that can be there next year there. So I don't know if you've had a chance to see this yet or not, but the pre-registration for next year, the fee for that is $125 US, and that is typically only honored for people to pre-register while they're at the convention for next year's convention. So what's really cool this year is that they've extended that pre-registration fee of $125 until September the 23rd. So this is really exciting because whether you were there or you were not there, you can take complete advantage of this price. And as you know, I don't remember exactly what the price creeps up to, but I feel like it's $169 ultimately for the ticket. I could be wrong on that, but regardless, this $125 US is a really, really great. You're getting a great savings. So September 23rd, it's coming up. It's this Friday. I'm going to put a challenge out there to you guys. So for those of you who went, we had 11 from the Trailblazers team, including myself, at convention this year. So from the bottom of my heart, for those of you who are there, thank you so very much for being there. But here's the challenge to the entire group. By September the 23rd, if we can double the number of people who we know for certain will be going to convention next year, I'm going to send out all of you, everyone who participates in this challenge, everyone's going to get a gift from me in the mail. And it'll be something terrific, I promise. So, like I said, we had 11 people. So I'm looking to see that we have 21 people pre-registered for convention next year with the $125 pre-registration fee. So all you have to do after this video is just confirm that you're booked, okay? And let's just say the comment can just be, I'm booked, or I'm going to convention, or something like that, okay? You guys can start that momentum going. If we have 21 people participating, that would include myself, 21 people participating by Friday, September the 23rd, all of us are gonna get something cool in the mail. So encourage the people on your team to participate in this. It's not to be missed. So instead of going through everything that was learned in that 3-day span of time, what I'd rather do is share with you some thoughts, some immediate impressions of what convention was all about. The facts will start surfacing very shortly. doTERRA has offered us a wonderful, something very, very wonderful. They're actually doing a recap for us. So you'll see that posted. You'll probably see it posted here in the Trailblazers group. And if you're part of other groups like Ridiculously Awesome Oils or any of the groups for the people who attended the convention, you're going to see it multiple times, and that's terrific. Look for it, okay? You'll see it obviously in the Trailblazers, or in the Whole Fit Team Builders group as well. And I believe Ange is doing probably a Periscope on Wednesday. So if you're looking for specific information, details on things, just keep an eye open for those. We'll keep you updated. But it's a lot of information to take in just the day after returning home. So I thought some initial thoughts would be a great thing to share with you right now. So anyone that you speak to about convention is going to tell you how full their heart feels after coming home, because it is not it is, but it isn't. Like, the first day that you get there is the day that they reveal all of the new products. And you guys saw, I know it's all over social media, that there were 23 new products launched. And like, honestly, talk about amazing. When you attend the convention, you're able to purchase those new products in the convention kit. So you get everything that is launched at a value price. So for all 23 of the products that were launched at convention, we were able to purchase them for $275 US, which is a great savings when you break the cost down individually. So there's another perk for going to convention. Now we're home with all of these great new products. So the first day is very uplifting and motivating and so energizing, because you're there with, it's like 30,000 people that are there who share the same love of doTERRA oils that you do, and who are on this mission to create awareness about a better way to take care of themselves. So you get this just insanely positive vibe in the building. It's absolutely terrific. So the products are launched, and that's, everyone's going crazy, and it's so much fun to be part of that, those fresh announcements like that. But it goes so much deeper. So once the products are launched, we start hearing from some of the spectacular presenters. There was a panel of physicians that will forever stand out in my mind. So picture a circle of, I think it was 8 physicians in total, sitting on the stage talking about their experiences. One of them got very personal about his experience having become the patient versus the physician. But what was wonderful and very liberating about this group was that they all share this desire for people to realize how important integrative medicine is. So instead of feeling that sense of resistance that we sometimes do with mainstream thoughts, this panel of physicians was completely on board with the idea of introducing essential oils as a very valuable layer of healthcare. So completely empowering, and puts you in a really terrific position as an audience member to see the potential that is out there. Because what happens, or what is currently happening, is purely a result of people not being properly informed of how essential oils work, how accessible they are, and the safety behind them. And we all know that doTERRA represents the best of all of those things. So it was, like I said, I use the word liberating because that's how I felt during that panel discussion. And that really stood out to me as one of the most powerful segments in the entire 3 days. In addition to that, one of the standout presentations to me was a gentleman, Russell Foster, a sleep specialist. He is very well known. He has international recognition all around the world for his research and for his presentation. He's been hired by the royal family. So if it's good for them, I suppose it's good for us, right? But he really provided some valuable insight into why sleep is so incredibly important. And I just ate this up because that's actually become a very important part of my discussions with any of the audience at my classes, because I really feel like that is where our health is very much rooted in the amount of sleep and rest that we're able to get. So that was a standout, and I'm really looking forward to sharing some of the recapped notes that doTERRA will be sharing with us on some of the statistics and some of those key pieces of information. In addition to that, geez, where can I take you guys? Ange, everyone loves Ange, and we all know that she connects us to some of the greatest resources imaginable. And of course, at convention was no different. Ange connected our group, our Whole Fit group. So as a large group, I think there was, I don't think it was quite 200, but think that size group, invited to Breakfast in Bliss one of the mornings before convention even started. And guess who was arranged to be our guest presenter that morning? Tiffany Peterson. So for those of you who have watched some of the very cool videos like Law of the Harvest, or if you follow Tiffany Peterson on YouTube, you would have been, I know you would have been so excited to have met her. She delivered just a standout, I don't even want to call it a performance, but a great conversation with all of us. It felt so intimate and felt so personalized for our group. Some of the things that really stood out to me that Tiffany had mentioned, and I bet as you're watching this or listening to my voice, as you've got this playing in the background, This will hit some of you in the heart just like it did me. So Tiffany is speaking about business in general, but you can see how this links itself not only to your business, but to your personal life, at all areas of your life, really. She said some key things, but the one that I have starred in my notes is this: you will perform to your self-esteem. So how many of you are sitting out there thinking or feeling as though you don't know enough? Maybe you're not designed to do this kind of business. Maybe you ask yourself the kinds of questions: who am I to be sharing information that supports people in their endeavor to become the best version of themselves? If you ask yourself those questions, you are part of the norm, just so you know. But it is time to sort of tap into that feeling and figure out how to break through some of those fears, because they're extremely limiting. And I know this from experience. We all know this from experience. Whether we share it out loud or not, all of us have fears about this business. So I felt it was a really powerful statement for Tiffany to come out and share that with all of us, because if your self-esteem is putting you in a position and your confidence is a little bit lower than what you know it should be, then your performance in your doTERRA business will be completely reflective of that. So if you're feeling stalled out, or whatever you're feeling right now, it is a direct correlation to the way you view yourself. Okay, so let that sink in a little bit. Kind of think about that. Work with your upline or your mentor or somebody that you trust, and figure out a way to overcome that. Let's talk about that more. If you have never heard of Tiffany Peterson or are curious to know more about her, just go to tiffanypeterson.com. You can also check out YouTube. Just type in Tiffany Peterson in the search, and there are all kinds of unbelievable videos. Check out Law of the Harvest. That's one of the greatest ones. Ange has embedded it in some of our learning materials, like the Begin program. But if you'd like to check it out for yourself, I would highly encourage you to do so. Tiffany also said things like, confidence is a choice, right? We can continue to sit and bake in those feelings that we're currently feeling about ourselves and let them sort of permeate our doTERRA business and other areas of our life, or we can do something about it. So I would encourage you to give that a little bit of thought. And confidence is a habit. There are moments in our lives where we're feeling on top of the world, and then there are other times, they could be within a few minutes of one another, where our confidence is completely rocked. So her making that statement, confidence is a habit, is something that reminded me that there are things that you have to do and you have to implement in your doTERRA business that support that high level of confidence, so that you can continue being the best version of yourself, and so that is reflected in your business. Such a powerful morning to be part of with Tiffany Peterson and the entire Whole Fit group. So Ange did just a beautiful job making that happen for us. And as always, we're so grateful to her. I don't want to go on too long about this, guys, because like I said, you're going to hear so much of this, and I want to make sure that it doesn't overlap with some of the information that'll be coming out. Again, I wanted to just leave you with impressions. So the first day, like I said, really warm welcome, the launch of products, a little bit of science. Day 2, a tremendous amount of science. It was completely dedicated to us learning, going in depth on with the physicians panel and learning more about the science of emotions. Dr. Hill did a beautiful presentation on the science of emotions because, as you saw, beautiful new addition to our assortment. The entire aromatherapy collection is now available in a touch kit. And I know so many of you are in love with that, and so many of the people that you've enrolled are also. And this is going to be a beautiful way to attract new people either to LRP, or it becomes a great starting block for those people who are trying doTERRA for the first time. So a lot of science on those things. And as I mentioned before, a big focus on sleep. There was also an OBGYN who spoke a lot about oils and pregnancy, which was a very interesting topic and really touched the hearts of so many in the audience. And we all have people that are coming to us asking us key questions about that area of the business. So very, very powerful. The general sense when you left on day 2, because it was so science-based, you almost think that you would be so wiped out that you couldn't take anymore, right? It's so much information. I flash back to the days of, science in high school or biology in university or whatever, and I just felt so exhausted afterwards. This is almost the polar opposite of that, where you feel so energized with information that you just can't wait to share. The entire time you're there, you feel like you're going to burst because it is just so powerful. It feels like they're just giving you so much information to make the work that you do have so even more impact than it already does. On day 3, we really move into the heart of what doTERRA is all about, and many of you have been attracted to this business for that very reason. So discussion on sourcing has always been a key pillar with this company. So a lot of sourcing conversations have happened. There were some beautiful updates on, for example, the vetiver harvest in Haiti. Many of you were completely entranced with the beautiful co-impact partnership that had happened between doTERRA and Haiti, and they were pleased to announce some of the additional developments. I believe it was three new schools in Haiti. I've got so many notes here, guys, it would take forever to pour through. Watch for the recap on that, because there were beautiful updates on Haiti, beautiful updates in Nepal, where they're also going to be sourcing some of the new oils. You heard Petitgrain is being sourced from Paraguay, and spikenard, which was lovingly referred to by Dr. Hill as the men's lavender. Apparently he's not a fan of the aroma of lavender, but loves spikenard, and I would agree with him. It is it's beautiful, but it is being sourced in Nepal, and you'll remember the beautiful co-impact sourcing partnership between doTERRA and Nepal. And if that really pulled at your heart, you'd be pleased to know that this is another great way that doTERRA is continuing to support the people in that region, and they've had a very profound effect on what is happening there. We were honored by the presence of a woman by the name of Immaculée, who survived the Rwandan genocide in the early 90s. You'll remember that there were over 1 million people killed in that area of the world, and this beautifully well-spoken, loving woman was able to share her story with us. How she's able to do that is beyond me, but the entire room was mesmerized by her love and her compassion and her story. So her book is called Left to Tell. Her first name is Immaculée. I will not even attempt to say her last name, but watch for that in the recap notes as well. I'm sure that's a book that you're going to want to pick up and learn more about her. I know I can't wait to get my hands on it. I need to know more about this woman. On the last day, on the 3rd day, we also had the privilege of hearing from a gentleman by the name of Tim Foster, who has started an organization that he shared with all of us, and ask anyone who was there. This presentation pretty much brought down the house. It was incredible. The name of the organization is called Operation Underground Railroad, and this gentleman's his goal is to help extradite children and others, specifically children though, from the sex slave industry. The statistics that we heard on this will rip your heart out. That's about all I can say about that without getting too emotional. But there are videos that will be shared in the group, and I will post one of them in this group so that you can learn more. And please, if you could, please share the information on this organization. It is very powerful stuff, and it's disturbing to hear and to listen to, and it's not often talked about, but desperately needs to be talked about. So if you could share, would be wonderful. And it comes as zero surprise to me that doTERRA has partnered with this organization, because the love that this company has for people in general is beyond anything I can even comprehend. And the partnership is going to help support this organization going forward and helping so many children. As I mentioned before, you need to know more about it. On a happier note, it is a happy thing, don't get me wrong. It's just difficult to talk about because it's still fresh in my head. And like I said, just it brought down the house. It really, really did. It was, I don't think there was a dry eye in the place. I see what I mean. There were some beautiful updates from organizations that doTERRA has also partnered with called Days for Girls. You guys will remember that from last year. So that organization is continuing to be supported by doTERRA, and beautiful updates from them as well. I wanted to get into some real details. I wanted to invite everyone who went to convention to participate in a live Zoom. And then it became very clear to me that it could go on for hours and hours, all of us sharing stories and impressions and that kind of thing. So I hope you don't mind that I recorded this and posted it as such. I want to leave you with some lasting impressions. I'm not one to say this very often because I find that there are very few things that have this massive impact. So sorry. This event is life-changing. And when you reflect back on your life and look at all the things that literally altered the path that you're on, there are probably a handful of those things. Coming to convention is something that you can actually add to that list. You won't be the same after attending one of these conventions. If it's friendship you seek, you will find it there. If it's empowerment that you seek, you will find it there. If you're going because you just want reassurance that you've chose the right company, there is no doubt in my mind you will go home with your heart feeling like it is going to burst because you've been reminded of the most powerful decision you ever made to join this company. You will feel like a valuable member of one of the biggest health movements that I'm aware of. You will feel like a powerful individual. The name of this convention was One, and they talked about the power that one person has. Sometimes you do feel like you're alone in this because we work independently, but coming to convention will remind you that you are working alongside of 3 million plus people who all believe in the same thing that you do and have a deep desire to share what they know with other people. So I'm gonna say it again, guys. I've gone a little longer than I had hoped to in this video. I hope you don't mind, and if you've watched it to the end, my deepest gratitude to you. Let's get more people there next year. We had a beautiful representation from the Trailblazers group this year. I want to thank all of you guys for being there. You were absolutely wonderful. The white party was so much fun, like so much fun. Our dinners out were so much fun. The camaraderie was it was second to none. So let's get working on getting 21 people pre-registered for next year's convention by September the 23rd. That date, because that is when the $125 pre-registration fee goes away. The price goes up after that. And this is your time to make sure that you are carving out something very special for yourself. Now the dates are September 6th through September 9th of next year. I'm a mom, and I know what all of you moms are thinking. That is the first week of school. I get it. I totally, my heart is with your heart, and I truly, truly mean that. So that's why planning it this far in advance is really a powerful thing. We do this. Most of our whys include our kids. They include our family. They include, there's no way that it couldn't. But what I want you to encourage you to think about is that I've heard many of you say before, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a group of us to do that. This would be one of those rare opportunities where you reach out to the people who are supporting you and ask for the support that you need now. This is really an important thing that you're doing, not only for yourself, but for your family. So if your family is part of your why, and I know that almost all of you it is, then this is something that supports your why. Okay, so let's get working on that. 21 people by September 23rd. I know we can do this, guys. I'm planning something so special for us next year when we're all together. I will be a diamond leader, no doubt, next year at that time. I'm so excited to see what all of you are going to be ranking as next year at this time. So we will have a Trailblazers gathering. Ange always does something for our whole fit group, white party or the Tiffany Peterson breakfast. You will have lots of time to connect with our group in particular and lots of time to meet so many beautiful souls from right around the world. And imagine yourself walking at convention. I didn't even touch on that. The most powerful thing, you wouldn't think that it would be, or maybe it was just me. I didn't think that it would feel the way it feels to walk across the stage at convention. But let me tell you guys, it is really hard to hold back your tears. It's really powerful. So anyways, before I start bawling my eyes out, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to let you think on the rank that you're going to be next year at this time and what you're going to walk that stage as. So silver and above, walk at convention. And I want to be screaming my guts out for you in the audience. So please make plans to be there. I look forward to sending out gifts to all of us that participate if we hit the 21 or more. And let's stay connected. Let's make this a really special back half of the year. And thank you guys very much for watching this. I love you all so much. I really, really do. I don't say that very often, but my heart is so full. And I feel like those are things people don't say to one another often enough. But I do. I love you guys. And we'll chat with you all soon, hopefully. Bye for now.